Niall here with PRN. We're in my 2001 7 Series. I just had it in for catalytic converters. Now this is the first time I'm going to be turning it on. I'm sort of expecting to be disappointed. I kind of have a feeling that the car's not going to perform the way that it should. They did one of them. They replaced one of the cats, the center cat on the right side, but not the manifold. And the manifold's the one that I figured was the problem. So we're going to see. I'm just going to set everything up. And we're going to find out, is everything working? I've got my code scanner already plugged in, because the only way that I do get the misfires is at wide open throttle, or WOT. If you're on the internet wondering why people are talking about that, it means you're hammering it. So we'll try it out. We'll see. Like I said, I know that the manifold needs to be done. I've got it in the trunk. It's ready to go. It's just not. It's not an easy job, and it's something I would love to be able to do myself. Now, the symptoms so far, for those who are wondering, the reason why I figured it was the catalytic converter, I'm getting 3 or 4 misfires on one bank of my engine, and I also get a secondary air pump check engine light if the car hasn't warmed up. Now, the secondary air pump, what that does is essentially just shoots air into the engine, into the catalysts on startup to warm them up to be able to be more efficient. The way the catalytic converters work is they heat up to like 1500 degrees, and the idea is they are, I don't know how it works, it's like magic, but essentially the air passes through this little honeycomb setup, and you know, if it can't pass through, it's clogging it up, doesn't allow the engine to breathe, right? If you think about how we breathe as human beings, in, out. Well, a car does the same thing, right? The intakes bring the fresh air into the car, and the exhaust is getting rid of it. And if the exhaust is clogged up, you know, if you're not able to breathe out, your nose is plugged up, well, you're gonna have a hard time, right? Same thing with this. So that's why we've all assumed it was the catalyst, and I kind of knew it was the manifold. Somebody told me, and kind of figured it. So here, we're gonna do it. I'm a little nervous because this has been a problem now for a few months, and I was really hoping for a full solution. Oh my God. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Holy shit, man. There we go. Oh, fuck yeah. Power's back. Holy shit. That was pretty noticeable right then and there. If you couldn't get from my excitement, I'm really, really happy about that. Wow. For the last, what was it, like 2.5 months now? I think the problem came up in July. The car's been kind of lethargic. You give it some gas and it's just kind of putting along. And you know, 4,500 RPM, the car was just cutting out completely. Start to cut off the cylinders. One misfire, it would just flash. If it detected multiple misfires, it would shut off gas to those cylinders. So you would actually not have those cylinders running. You'd be running on up to 3 less is what I was having. So let's do it again, just to make sure. Oh, buddy. Oh, right to the red line. Watch out, Mr. Volvo. I'm coming to eat your bumper. Now that's the way it's supposed to work. It's only a 282 horsepower motor, which certainly isn't a lot compared to the 7 Series of today. But my God, man, what a difference. It's just put a smile on my face. I'm so happy now. I know I need to do the rest of it. I know the manifold's got to be done. But at least now I can kind of feel a little bit better. You know, my wife can drive the car, and I'm not going to be worried that she's going to try to get in front of a truck because she's got nowhere to go, and she slams on the gas, and then the car just putters out, and then there's an accident. So now, good to go. Super happy. I've got all the parts in the trunk. So hey, maybe I can figure out how to do it myself. So there is a learning opportunity for you, because I've seen on one board in particular, Beamer forums, a lot of people have had the same problem that I have. Really, since mine has become a problem, it seems like everybody's having the same problem. Even today, somebody posted saying that they've got misfires on cylinders 5, 6, 7, and 8. Well, here's your answer: catalytic converter. even though they couldn't replace the one that was damaged, and you'll see, I'll show you the sort of the before and after, I've got both of them, the center cats look fine, but they pulled out a bunch of crap from the manifold one. Now, I'm actually surprised I'm not getting an O2 code sensor error, because really one of those catalytic converters is not working properly, which is maybe why I have maybe a little bit more power. But yeah, I think that if you're having that problem, if you've got the misfires going on, and especially with that secondary air pump, that truly, to me, as somebody who doesn't really know a lot about cars, put all the pieces together and I figured out that was the problem. So if you're having those issues, get your catalytic converters checked. Either have them pulled off the car, if you've got, like me, an 01, because they had 3 different engines for this car, the M60, the M62 with single Vanos, and then this one, the M62 TUB44, which has dual Vanos. They all have different exhausts, and with this one in particular, the exhaust manifold is 1 piece, whereas the older ones were 2 piece, but then there's also a cat at the manifold. So if you've got a car like mine, maybe take off the catalyst, the pipe that has the catalyst from the exhaust manifold catalyst, poke your head in there, see what's going on. If you've got some gunk, if it's crappy in there, then that's probably your problem. And then you can get it cleaned out and sorted out. And really, I mean, plug in Beamer Heaven again in Milton. I bought the parts from them, and very reasonable pricing. This car is at 247,000 kilometers. The parts I got are like 150,000 kilometers. So theoretically, I've got about 100,000 worth of life in those. And the amount of driving I do, that's only 2 years. But for the price, I mean, it was a tenth of what I would have paid new. There's certainly no way I would get 10 years of use out of a new cat and only 2 years out of use out of an old one. So really, it's a better deal. But anyway, the point is, hopefully if you're having those issues, this might be able to help you sort them out. The other option too, rather than pulling them off, if you were to go and get like a heat gun, then you could just point the heat gun at your catalyst, and it should be hotter at the end of it. So if you take a look at how it looks, right, you'll have, see, and then like you just wonder sometimes. Anyway, you've got the catalyst, and on the part that's closer to the engine will be cooler than what's coming out, because again, the way that the catalytic converter works is it heats up the gas, the exhaust that's coming out of the car. So as it's heating it up, obviously what's coming out of it will be hotter. So you have to, if you use the heat gun and take a look, and if your, what's kind of closer to the engine is 1,000 degrees, and then what's at the exit of that cat is like 700 degrees, there's your problem. So anyway, I would love to be able to do a video showing you how to kind of fix that. I have no idea, but take it to a shop just like I did, get it fixed, and put a smile back on your face. So that's pretty much it from us here today. Short little vlog of sorts, so I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon on PRN. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our video if you liked it, and let us know what you'd like to see next, because we've got some stuff coming. I can now do a full video about what this car has cost me to run over the last year and 40,000 kilometers. So stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be a very informational video for anybody who's thinking about buying an E38. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.